All right, hey, just finished my morning workout today. I'm a strong believer in the mind, body, and soul working in tandem to find true inner peace. That's why I always say to people, aside from making sure you read and you do some research, you have to also maintain a healthy lifestyle. Whether that is doing some yoga, whether that is working out in the gym, whether that is home workouts, which preferably I like to do to save a little bit of money. I'm a strong believer in hashtag mind, body, and soul. Something that's been bothering me just a little bit, and I felt like I wanted to address it was that I'm a strong believer that the media is set up in a way that it kind of controls the way we think. We grow up. All right, imagine a child growing up. Okay, a child growing up is like a sponge. It takes in all the information around us. Okay, now a lot of parents, unbeknownst to themselves, what they'll do is they'll put their child in front of a television. I mean, I've got a son, and at times I've done that. I'll sit my son down and say, hey, watch some TV. Okay, now what we won't realize is that there's subliminal messaging not only in the programs but also in the advertising. Okay, our child will be watching something that has a message. I mean, I remember growing up. And I was watching an advert. Okay, now I was old enough to understand what an orgasm was. All right, and I'm watching an advert and I'm seeing a woman washing her hair with shampoo, and at the same time she's making sexual noises. All right. Now, what does making sexual noises have to do with a shampoo? And as a child watching that, is that why does that have to be sexual? How many times have you heard the saying that sex sells? But it's not only that sex sells. Like for example, growing up in the news, I used to always see, there's another stabbing, or a young black youth dies, and at the same time, if you pay attention, the dramas at that particular moment are also reflecting what's happening within society, because then in the dramas you're seeing these young black youths or these urban youths going around stabbing people on the television as well. So not only are you seeing it in the newspapers, but you're also seeing it on television. So how do you think that's going to affect the way you perceive these people when you see them when you see people that look like what is being portrayed on the television in real life walking down the street? How do you feel? I mean, are you grown enough to admit that what you see on TV actually does affect your real life? I'm grown enough to admit that. I'm a grown ass man, and I will tell you that I've seen things on the TV which has affected the way I go about my day-to-day life. And it's only after doing the necessary research and detaching myself from social media and from... I don't watch TV no more. I mean, rarely. I watch the news because someone once said to me that if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed, and if you watch the news, you're misinformed. And that always stuck in my head. So I do watch the news because I like to know what's going on. Even if I don't like the way that they address certain things, or I don't like how I don't like how maybe it's set up, as in, like, for example, if there's a killing and the person in question is a Christian, yeah? How often do you hear the headline, Christian kills people or Christian bombs? But if it's a Muslim, you're gonna hear, a terrorist attack by Muslim, Islamic faith, or I don't like the way it's set up, as in the core basis of it is fair, to drive fair. That's my opinion. A lot of people would disagree with me. You're entitled to your own opinion, and I just want to say as well that if you're going to comment on this and write like a 4-page letter saying about how wrong I am or how ignorant I am, then I'm sure that if you take that energy, that negative energy, and you harness it and use it for something positive, then you might be able to make a difference in the world. Okay, so don't do it. All right, just move on. You don't have to watch this video. Okay, I don't want to take up any of your time. All right, just press stop whenever you don't like it. Just stop. All right. So, okay, all right. A key example. All right. At this moment in time, Donald Trump is in all the headlines. Okay. Now he has a thing against South American people. He's about Mexico and he wants to create a big wall or whatever rubbish he's talking. Okay, in my opinion, just pure rubbish. And at the same time, you tune on Netflix, yeah, And you're seeing all these dramas about the drug cartel and about South American people, about Pablo Escobar. Why is that popular all of a sudden? Why is it in fashion? Like, why now that seems to be the go-to program to watch? You have to question these things. It's like I was saying earlier. Like you've got to think about, like, you can't be ignorant and just sit there and think that everything that happens is just a coincidence, or that everybody in life has your best interest at heart. Anyway, like, this is a quick rant. Everybody stay blessed, stay loved, you know, positive energy all the time, and just be aware. # knowledge is power.